Oh, you can see the fangs. Did you see that? Right in the face. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So thank you very much for joining me today. Today, if you can actually read that on the front down there on those enclosures, it's the Cupiennius salei, the tiger wandering spider. So it's going to be an unboxing of those that I got from Portsmouth Tarantulas. I haven't ordered from them in a while, but I had a look last week and saw that they had them on there, and I loved having these. Had these previously, and they look like that. If any of you aren't aware of what they are, it's a true spider, and I've had quite a few actually. I think about 10 or 12 over the last couple of years. Tried to breed them as well. Not too much joy breeding them, but there's not a lot of research out on them. But there's little bits and pieces floating around now, so there's a little bit more research out there, which is why I wanted to get these again, because some more research has been done, especially with the venom, because it is a strong venom on these ones, but it was classed as unknown. So you don't want to get bit by this. I don't think it's nowhere near like the other wandering spiders, but it's going to be a bad bite. But because these are a lot smaller, it shouldn't really have anything to worry about. And I would normally put it on here, but because of these are the wandering spiders, and I remember they are lightning fast, it's like having the huntsman. So putting it on there, they're just going to go disappear, and I don't want these disappearing. So I'm going to try and get them straight in, give you a close-up so you can have a look at them, and then go from there. So we'll get into the unboxing in a second, but let me just show you what I did with the enclosures. So the lids on these just clip off like that, and I've just drilled holes on the top on all three. And then what I've done is I've used my ink pot, which I've hot glued into the side, and then hot glued some leaves in. Because it's a tiger wandering spider, it will probably go on the cork bark, which it can go on the back side as well to hide. But they also, in my experience, they like going on the back of these leaves on the underside, and sometimes on the top. It's easier to feed with them. Plus a little tip, if you get these, they do like going on the vertical surfaces, but what I've also noticed is they go on the lids. So I didn't drill in the center of the lid, so I've left it clear so I can see them. And they do little web spots as well. They attach little web lines going all the way down to the floor when they sit on the side or when they've had prey. See if I've got some old footage of one of mine feeding. So this is previous footage. You can see it attack. They look just jump straight down. So this is a couple of years ago of my previous ones, and then they come back up on the glass, and you can see the web in there coming out, which they anchor to the sides and then sometimes suspend themselves. It's brilliant to see and watch. And there you can see exactly what I was on about with the little web lines, and they leave them around everywhere. But after having them for a certain amount of time, I managed to understand how to keep them, and I found that if you put the foliage at the top, it stops them reacting too much when you take the lids off, and stops them running out everywhere. So I put that under. I could take the lids off and they will stay down in there. Obviously sometimes you get the rare one that can just run out and bolt, but all of the ones I've had, I've not really had any threat displays. I've not had any sort of defensive behaviour. They've all been really chilled and quite easy to look after. So I've done the gravel in the bottom with the mesh, as you can see there. So I've got the label on, and then I've got the gravel layer in the bottom, and I've also put some water in, which I will do a bit more, but it's soaked up into the substrate, so I'll give it a few more days in here. Put little bits of moss in just to keep the humidity in. Did all my air holes on the side, because I find that they always sit on the front of the glass as well, and then giving them a good water dish at the top, so you can see that there. But I think these would be perfect for them for some time in this enclosure. So still get the remnants of the hot glue in here, get that out. Right, so that's the three enclosures. Let me put them down there, and I'll see if we can rehouse them straight up there. Right. So first off, let's unbox this. I love trying to order from different spider wholesalers every now and then, just to see what they've got. I used to do Portsmouth Tarantulas all the time, but I'm sticking to the spider shop a lot at the minute, just because they get some different things in, and I'm looking for the more feistier and alarming species, shall we say. So, but they had these in, so I couldn't resist. And I also just going to see if they do or not. I might tag it in or add it in now if they do, if I wait a couple of days. But I asked them to package it on TikTok. If many of you know that Portsmouth Tarantulas are doing their TikTok channel and they pack their items on there. So I'm hoping that they package these 3 on there and I can see how well or easy they did it with them. Right, we got to pay Gavin's order today. He's got himself 3, that's 4. 3 Cupiennius of salei, and he's asked for it to be packed on TikTok. So let's go and see the main man.
Yeah, good to go. Right, so this is either going to be the most entertaining video we've done or the most boring video, depending on whether or not they run away on me or not. But they do like chilling out on the lids, so we can gently... For people that don't know, these spiders are so quick, they teleport.
Like lightning.
So you have to be very gentle.
Basically, they don't even know they're moving house like this.
No. Oh, oh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And then we do a little twiddly twiddly to get them to go down. A couple of twiddly twiddly. Twiddly? No, okay, we're going to have to do a pokey pokey.
So, the most entertaining video then?
No, it might not run away yet. There we go, that's what we wanted it to do. Okay, see if the second one is going to be just as successful. Oh, already thinking about it. This one's very sketchy. I want to show you them, but
They are so cool. Quick, get the lid on.
Twiddle, 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 twiddle. They're not going for the twiddles today.
No. Once they feel a little bit of pressure on their legs,
Yeah, they normally go
straight down, but not today.
Last one isn't on the lid, so let's try and... Oh, are you going to go on the lid? We'd appreciate it if you did.
Saved the best till last, didn't you?
Oh. Whoop.
Oh.
Whoop. Whoop. I don't know how much of this you're going to see.
Not a lot.
Oh god, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Oh god, I can't see it. So I don't know how much you're seeing because I can't see anything.
We can't see much.
There we go. And they're in.
But right, so let's have a look. So that's their little leaflet. They go to the Bournemouth Bug Show, and that's the date on there, Sunday the 2nd of June, I think that is, and £5 entry. So I might be going to that, I might not. I'm definitely going to the BTS, Lucy and I, and that's a list of their other shows. But later on in the year, I don't think we'll be attending any of them because Lucy and I are going on our honeymoon in September, so we're going to Africa. So that's probably the last one I'll be going to is BTS. But I'll leave those there. Just my little invoice of what I ordered. Brilliant, thank you. Gotta love the way they pack it as well. Heat pack slid down the side. I like that way of doing it, and then you got the box within a box so it doesn't give that burning effect. And then the bubble wrap, they're actually really good at packaging. Let's get rid of that. Let's cut this open. Go through. Go down in there. They should be in little sling pots, no doubt. So it's be fascinating. I see the way they rehouse them on TikTok. It would just be interesting to see how they do these. Get rid of these chips. Okay, so there's one. There's 2 that I ordered. Check one more. There's the 3rd one. Just make sure there's nothing else at the bottom. No, brilliant. We now need to see how big these are. And also I remember I've done this before where I took this off and they flew out. As you can see, that's just sat in there nicely and they can just bolt. That is a perfect size. I was worried about the holes that I drilled, but they're absolutely fine. So we're not going to faff around, we're just going to rehouse them straight away. Let's just check they're all okay. They're all just sat in there, look, ready to go. Hopefully I shouldn't have any problems. I don't want to lose one of these. Imagine that, losing one of these in the house. Don't think Lucy would be impressed. Oh God, that one was quick. Just bolted up to the top and then bolted back down again. There we go. So let's try and see how we're going to do this. Right, I think if we do that there, then at least you guys can see straight away. And hopefully I should be able to just, but I'm going to use tongs. Use these ones. Always buy new tongs, but then the old ones are just always better. Don't know how this is going to go. Hoping they won't just bolt off. See, in a previous video, that's why I say I like to do it like that, where you get the tissue in the bottom, but as a complete piece. They've done it as a tissue at the bottom, and then this is completely separate. So sometimes if you don't notice, because I order from the spider shop all the time, and they do it as one complete fold. So that way, you know, the end is completely sealed, so you don't have to worry about it coming out both ends. In this one, it's done like that. So I think you can see the individual there. But in this instance, I think that is going to help me greatly, because I could just push through from one side. I just use my hand to get rid of that. There we go. Hopefully I do not lose these. Hopefully you can see on that one. God, that was quick. Let's give you a quick look at that one just before it starts deciding to run out. So it is gone straight down in there. And that is perfect size for this. So I'll see if I can show you a bit more after, or I might even try and feed them, but let me just see if I can get them all in. Let's close that off. There we go. If you can see that, it is right down there at the bottom, but that's going to be perfect in this to grow. So quite humid, it's 80% they need. Especially when they're smaller. When I first had them, a few of them perished straight away. I bought a bundle of them, and it was because I didn't have enough humidity in there. And also understanding how they like to live as a wandering spider, so they don't make like a home or a hide. They just completely sit out. They like a bit of shelter, but then they just completely roam around. So it looks to me that's drinking. That's what it looks to me. You can see that because I saturated the soil, so it's very, very humid for these for the minute, but the excess can go down into the gravel I put in there, but it's drinking from the soil. But that's why I left it a water dish at the top, which is full of water. And I love the way the ink pots, you can lean them, but the water does not pour out. But that little wandering spider is drinking. So that's one in. Let's see if I can do the other ones. Right, so that went smoothly enough. And I also forgot I didn't get a little mini catch cup. Probably need something like that, because if you use a smaller one, they're so fast. If you go to put it down quickly, you're more than likely going to hurt the spider. So if you do it like that and then straight down over, it's a lot easier. So we'll leave that there. So that one's brilliant, and that's definitely drinking from the soil. So let me just leave that there. And let's go to number 2. I'll turn that around at the front for you guys. Here we go. Get off all my mess. The front, right. Still drinking. Right, this one's right at the top. Pop that in there. I need to get the whole thing out. Just use my hands for a minute, so it's quite stuck in there. There we go. And this is what I mean, look, because you get them come out and then they go straight into the tube at the bottom, which is going to be a bit more unpredictable on how to get them out, because you can tap them and you don't know which way they're going to go. They can come back up, go up your arm. I don't think they can bite at this size through our skin, but it's not worth the risk with these. But let's just see if we can get this one in smoothly. I think what I'll do is I'll do it like that, because then my hands are a little bit further out of the way. Let's just pull this straight out. God, that is stuck in there. This one's ready to come out. Let's get rid of that. See if I can just guide it out. Oh, and there you go, it jumps. So I forgot about that, they can jump. But did you see that? Hopefully I've got that on the camera. Let me just pop the lid on this one, see where it's gone. And it's vanished already. How can it disappear so quick? Right, well, I didn't see it come out. Ah, there we go. God, they disappear. Under the leaf here on this side. Don't know if that's better to see on there, but they're both in. I'm going to let them settle for a second, and I might actually try and see if I can feed them now. If I remember rightly, the last time I got them, they all took on the first time, because they only live, I think it's 9 months to 12 months max. And this is what's confusing, because true spiders live less than tarantulas, but some true spiders live a lot longer. I've had, out of all the Cupiennius, I think I've had one of them that lived over a year. And that was a female, but then all the males I had died. They matured way before the female. And you can see difference in the coloration between male and female quite early on. So it's easy to tell what you've got. But I just couldn't get them to match at the same time. And then when she matured and they died, I couldn't find another male at that time. So I'm hoping I can figure this one out quicker, slow the males down, and see if I can speed the female up slightly, and then see if I can breed. I really want to breed these. So let's just do the last one, and then I'll see if I can feed them. We must be able to get one of them to take as well. I've got some small crickets, because it's just amazing watching them take. So what I'll do is I'll set them up here and I'll film them and see if I can get them to take. But let's get that last one in. That one doesn't look so good, but it was moving. So misleading, so I'm going to go and put that in, and it's just going to explode out of there probably. So let me do it like that. Just grab the little tongs and see if I can pull that little bit of tissue out. Oh God, straight in there. Let's pop the lid on that one. So that one was a little misleading. So there we have the third one, that's all in there. Right, I'll do this one down here with the other camera. The other two might be a bit easier to see up there. This one's coming up now, so let me just start with this one. You can see it's on the lid, and that is perfect position. That's what I used to find them in when they're ready to pounce down on the prey. They wouldn't run down, they would just jump straight from there to the floor, and that's what I'm hoping you can see now. So let me just get some crickets. Right, sorry about the torch shine, but if I turn it off you can't see, so let me just see if I can drop this down and see what happens. Oh, there we go, he's going to take, I think. Christ, he's bit him already, look. God, you can even see the fangs, even though they're that small. I didn't expect it to take straight away. Look at that. And it's stopped moving already. So you can see they have got strong venom. You can see a leg there twitching on the cricket, but I think that cricket is gone. Wow. So you can see if I pan out, that enclosure is just perfect for it. Nice, humid, plenty of room for it to hide, sit out at the front, leaves. So if anyone else has these, that's all you need to do. And you could pretty much leave this in here until fully grown. I've made the mistake of putting them into a bigger enclosure and then they don't eat, they get extremely stressed. In the wild they do wander, but they tend to hide during the day and they wander at night. At night you normally see these traverse the enclosure, but I found that in a smaller enclosure they do a lot better. Wow, that was amazing. And what I do is just a little mist, because these drink a lot as well. I found that these drink off the actual glass. I've left the water dish in there so they can get some there, but I always found that they drink straight from the side of the actual enclosure itself. So that's that one. This one's not on the back. Just see where this one is. Invisible. Oh no, it isn't. This is what I'm on about now. Right, so as you can see, I've got the 2 leaves there. I've got the quart bucket. It's not behind that. You can see the water bowl is brimming, but I love these. They don't tip out for some reason. It just holds the water in there. But if you come down, that's where it is, under the leaf. This is why they're so hard to see. There you go, you can see that, you get the reflection from me, but this one's got smaller abdomen, definitely needs to eat. Let's see if I can leave it there and get this one to eat. Pop the lid off. But they feel really comfortable in here straight away, just from my experience of keeping them. They've got so many different places, high, low and high. You need to give them areas to traverse the floor and to stay up high, but what I found is you need to give them areas where they can pivot themselves below the ground, so they feel comfortable, safe from range from the ground, but not on the ground. So at least they can pounce and jump, but then also up high as well. That's what I found. So let's see if I can give this one a cricket. Right, it's in, but I've got to get the cricket to go the right way. Come on, you can see the spider there. See if I can get this to... Literally walking right up to it. Oh, there we go. Christ, did you see that? It's hanging like from 2 legs. It's literally hanging off. That was amazing. I've never seen them do that. So that's 2 out of the 3 taken already, but you can see that, look. It's hanging from 2 back legs to get that off the floor. So you can see what I mean by having something low enough to the ground so they can poise themselves from there. And there you go, just props itself back up. And it is quite a potent venom on this one, but you see there was no defense or any aggression. They just have extreme speed whenever they want to, really. But look at that cricket stopped moving as well. Oh, it's still twitching slightly. What a spider. And when they start getting their coloration, it's amazing. But I find with these, they will eat every couple of days. They're constantly on the move. All that cricket's putting up a fight, kicking his legs off that leaf. But the way they poise themselves, look, it's pushed its front leg out. And if you see where I sprayed on the actual enclosure and you see the bubbles, this is where I find that they normally drink from. They'll climb up and you'll see that just reduce. I've seen that so many times with these. They've got to have moisture in there, I find, all the time. Do not let it dry out too much. 80% humidity, but if that's in the soil, but then I do light misting every 2 days, just on the actual enclosure just because I know they drink, and on the leaves as well, and I mean literally that is it. But there's that one, look at that. It almost looks like an alien, looks like a predator's face. Oh, you can see the fangs, did you see that? Right in the face. Man, that's gotta hurt. Oh, what a way to go. They're only small, they're only 3 to 4 centimetres, so I've had to zoom right in. So sorry it's a bit blurry, but you could see those fangs there biting into the face. That was right on the back of the head of that cricket. What a way to go. Oh, they are good fighters. That cricket's still not dead. The other one in the other enclosure's dead. Putting up a good fight. But you're doomed, mate. Right, let's leave that one. That's 2 out of 3. I think you'll agree these little enclosures work well. I think I've got these at B&M again. So for all those in the UK, you know what B&M is. But sorry for everyone outside of the UK, you probably won't be able to get these. And the fact that I've got these in B&M, I think they're £1 each. And with B&M though, they do lovely enclosures like these all the time. I've got different ones all around the room. I've even got these. They even do the mini ones, and they're 99p as well. I think these are 150. But the thing with B&M is you've got to get a load in straight away, because once they start getting popular, then they'll triple the price. But it's still good value, but they're good for little mini terrestrials. But it's the same make as those, and they're in B&M. So look, top tip, go grab yourself some. I've got like 10 of each for the minute. I'll probably get some more. Right, one more to go. But first things first, you need to find it. This one's on the back. So I'll film it from this side. Just take that off. See, I've noticed both of these two here, cream coloured. You've got one on the back, then you've got one down the front. This one here has got more of a cherry bum. Whether that already shows a difference in the sexes. You can see that you can even see it on the camera that it's got an orange bum straight away. So I'm hoping I've got a female out of these. It's the thing, you get these little crickets out, but then they stop moving. There's one in there. Go on. Straight there. Oh, look at that. Is that on it, or did the cricket go? Oh, the cricket moved. It's just down there, but did you see the way that jumped around? Exactly like that's what I said they do. Now this one is definitely a different colour. It's raised its bum, but it's going in the direction that there's the cricket. It's waiting on some movement. I've got to stay still, otherwise I'll miss it. Sorry, I can't get any clearer footage, but as they get bigger, they'll start getting comfortable in their enclosure and they'll sit out on the front, and then you can feed them with the tongs. I've done it before with my previous ones. They just sit there and they take off the tongs. But that cricket knows it's in a life and death situation now. But at least that's 3 that want to eat, but I want to see this one take. But they are just not in the rush because they know they're really, really fast. But I'm surprised at that cricket's reactions. That was quicker than that spider then, and that was so quick. Thing is, I'm too tempted to touch that cricket, but you can see that the spider's just positioning its legs ready to move. As soon as that cricket moves, but if you tap the cricket and the spider jumps and hits the stick, the spider will reset. God, I'm shaking because it's trying to go so close and I'm in, like, I can't remember what zoom this is. You can see the spider cleaning itself. Oh my God, did you see that? at the face and fang action. What a spider. You shouldn't be scared of these spiders. They have got potent venom, but just respect them. But you can see I've got the lid off. You set up their enclosure fine, and they're more than happy to just stay within the parameters of their enclosure. And like the leaves on the top just creates the barriers for them. They just feel safe, they don't feel threatened. A lot of ventilation in these as well. You need cross ventilation from all sides. Even the smallest amount of stagnant air can set these off. And then I've seen other people in the hobby have no ventilation on the sides and just ventilation on top, and they do okay. But I find for me it is better this way. Look at that one. And that's the only one out of my 3 that's got an orange tint on its bum. I love true spiders like this. This makes me want to get some huntsman spiders again. So I might actually start looking for a few huntsmen, because I love having those because they're so fast. Oh my God, look at that. There, it wants to go back on the wall, on the cork bark. Feel nice and safe. And then this is what it does. You see on the abdomen, it'll put little dots of web. What I said in the beginning of the video, they just do multiple little strands in case the prey item kicks too much. It can knock the spider off, and they just hang via their web, which I have seen from these. These are like one of those spiders where you want to not just feed, chuck the lid on and then go away. You want to sit there and have a look at them. They do some strange things. That one is not messing around, it's just eating. So that's all 3 of them ate straight away. And that is some brilliant footage. I am really happy with this. So there we have it, all 3 of them done. Let me just give this one a light misting. And that's it. So I'll do that misting every 2 days unless it gets hotter, and it's 23.5 degrees at the minute, but it is before 12 o'clock. So this will get up to 26 degrees this afternoon, probably in the next hour. And it'll be quite hot. So what I do is I maintain, I'm in here every day anyway. And if I notice that the enclosures are drying out, then I'll just give them a bit more spray. Pop those on, and that's it. So all 3 of them ate. I think you'll like those enclosures. And that's the Cupiennius salei, which is the tiger wandering spider. So look forward to future updates on these, and I just really hope that I can breed these, because I'm trying to buy loads of different types of spiders as in pairs so that I can breed myself. And then I'm not really into like selling a lot of stuff, so what I'll do is I'll give so many of them away to all the people that subscribe to this channel and stuff like that. So I've got a few other breeding projects going on at the minute, but probably nothing for the next few months. But when I do, then I'll do it as like competitions. But there you go out, grab yourself these enclosures. If you want to set it up like I did there, you can see how I done it, and it works perfectly, and they've eaten straight away, and it was quite easy to handle them in there. So look out for future updates of these, and I'll see you on the next video.